Hi guys, thank you for joining me. Today I'm going to be doing a video on why I left school at 16 and why it was one of the best moves that I've made. So it's been just over a year since I left school. I was actually speaking to my mate about it the other day and they couldn't believe that it had been a whole year since I hadn't been in education. And I thought about it and I wanted to make a video on it. I think a lot of people do ask questions if I'm still in education or what I'm doing right now, like in terms of a job or an apprenticeship or a school. So I thought I'd do this video and explain where I am at this point in my life and why I decided to leave school last year. So I know a lot of my viewers are from America, so the schooling is fairly different from what I've been told and what I know. In the UK, you are supposed to stay in education or some sort of apprenticeship until you're 18. That is what you're supposed to do. So whether that's staying at school, going to college, or carrying on and doing an apprenticeship with something you like doing. So that's what most typical people do. You have to stay on till you're 18. To be honest, I wasn't a huge fan of that. It's something that didn't really interest me at all. So basically the typical route is you start secondary school, you do your 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then you've got 2 years, so year 12 and year 13, to stay at sixth form, go to college or get an apprenticeship, and then usually people go on from there when they're 18 onto university, where you study something and you stay at uni and you learn your chosen subject for how many years, depending on what it is. For me personally, I wasn't a huge fan of school. It just didn't appeal to me. I didn't really enjoy any of the lessons. There was nothing that was really interesting. I think the favourite thing was probably GCSE PE, and that was about it. So yeah, I did do my GCSE exams, in case you're thinking that I just dropped out. I made sure that I did the GCSE exams, finished them off, and then I knew that it was my time to go and that I was going to leave. It just wasn't for me anymore. It was good fun. I got on with a lot of people. It was not like I didn't have any friends or was getting bullied. It wasn't that circumstance that I left. It was just the fact that the school system really wasn't for me, and I didn't see the point of wasting 2 years of my life studying something that I don't enjoy and I don't see a future in. It would just be a waste of time, and you can do so much in 2 years. It's crazy how much you can change and what you can do in that amount of time, and I feel a lot of people do waste that time. And I know of people who are studying something and they don't see a future in it, or they're not really enjoying it, and I just don't get that logic at all, really. I feel you should do something you enjoy, and you should go for it, whatever that is. If you love something and you really enjoy doing it and you're good at it as well, which is always a bonus, then you should pursue it, whatever that is. There is a lot of pressure at school and just in our society to go to school and get really good grades. That is understandable, but everyone's different, and I don't think people do accept that people want different things, and everyone's unique. They have their own path, whatever that is. But I just didn't like the way that everybody's so unique and everyone wants different things, but you're all pushed down one pathway, which is to stay on at college until you're 18, in education until you're 18. And I know that I'm not the only person that doesn't suit that. I'm sure there's plenty of other people watching this that didn't suit that pathway. But I know that there is plenty of people that do, and they love it, and they love school and education and learning new things. So Harriet, for example, who's been on a few of these videos, she's a good mate of mine. She is currently at sixth form studying, she's going to hate me if I don't remember, she's studying maths. No. She's studying geography, biology and chemistry. I'm sorry if I got that wrong, but she's studying 3 subjects, and she wants to go on and do medicine and be a paramedic or a doctor when she's older. So she has to go on that pathway to get that career. You obviously need really good grades and things like that to have that job, which is really understandable. You need to be really clever and know a lot to take on that job as a doctor or a paramedic. And she's doing really well, and she loves it. So that's her. And a lot of people like Harriet, and they like the education to carry on to get a really good job when she's older. And she's doing so well, and I really hope that she does become a doctor or a paramedic or whatever she wants to do, because if you work hard, then you're bound to follow your dreams and achieve it. I, on the other hand, am completely different, and I am not very academic, and I didn't enjoy it like Harriet did. And I wanted to do something completely different, because that it didn't rock my boat. So when I left last year, about June time, I had the summer to really think about where I wanted to go forward and what I wanted to do. So it's quite a big decision to make, with what you want to do and what you want to carry on with. And at the time, I was doing this YouTube channel whilst I was at school, and it wasn't on many subscribers at the time. I'm not sure how many it was on. I think it was on, I don't know. So yeah, I was doing this YouTube channel, and I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. A lot of people said go on and study PE at sixth form at the school I was currently at the secondary school that I went to, and it just didn't really appeal to me, the idea of studying PE but I don't want to do it in the future. And I just knew that wasn't something for me. I didn't want to be a coach or a personal trainer. It wasn't something that I was really passionate about. I think you should do something that you are passionate about. So I didn't see the point in wasting 2 years studying PE to then realise when I'm 18, actually I don't enjoy this anymore, and completely drop it and change my mind. So for a while, in September I worked with this guy, and that is when I worked with kids for a while doing forest school, which I really enjoyed. So I loved my boss as well. Hi Jay, if you're still watching my videos. He was such a nice guy, and he taught me a lot about working with children, which is actually so difficult. I underestimated it, how hard it is working with kids, especially when you're working with them outside when it's really cold and you've got to teach them some skills. So forest school is when you teach young children like lighting fires, toasting marshmallows, identifying different like plants, and then they would dig and play with the mud and find wood lice and build little shelters. It was really, really cute, and I loved it. It was so sweet, and it was such a nice thing to do for a while, and I learnt a lot from that. And I did it for about 5 months, so it was all through the winter as well, which was pretty grim. But I would have preferred doing that any day, working outside in the cold, than being stuck at sixth form or in an office or anything. So yeah, it's what I really enjoyed. And I also got a lovely boss as well, so that's always a bonus. So then I had to decide if I wanted to carry on with the forest school and do that and do courses, learning about teaching kids, working with kids, and how it's all done. Or I was in two minds whether to do that or carry on with my YouTube channel and crack on with that. So I was balancing the two at the time. It became really difficult because I was trying to juggle doing videos, editing, things like that, with working with the forest school. In the end, I had to decide where my love laid, what I was passionate about, and what I could see a future in. And it had to be YouTube. So I decided, you know what, I really want to crack on and do this instead. So it's sad to leave forest school. Obviously you get to know all the little kids and things like that, but I guess everything comes to an end, and that chapter of my life had to come to an end, working with the forest school. So then I decided to carry on with Girl Outdoors and see how that went. My subscribers have been increasing each month, which is really promising, and there's a lot of people supporting me, and my Patreon page is growing, so it's really nice to see, especially because I've kind of ditched everything for YouTube, which is what I love doing, going out, enjoying the outdoors, camping, being able to film it and kind of share my story, inspire others. It's just so nice, really nice. It's the best job going, I think, in my opinion. Yeah, so that is where I'm up to now in my life. I'm doing videos weekly. I make videos, I edit some, I do comments, I do emails. That is pretty much what I do. I'm thinking sometime in the future it would be nice to kind of take what I've learnt from forest school and maybe teach children again and teach them like bushcrafty outdoor skills. I think it's really nice working with kids, especially because this generation doesn't get outdoors much, and they don't learn these sort of skills. So it's really nice seeing them enjoying themselves and learning bushcraft and outdoorsy things. So that is probably a plan for the future, something that I might do. Anyway, I kind of waffled on there. I'm going to get back to the point of this video. So the main reason I left school was to progress with my channel. I didn't want to waste 2 years doing something that I didn't enjoy. And then there's also no courses I enjoyed. So if there was a kind of outdoor adventure course, maybe adventure sports, outdoor sports, I would have probably gone for it or maybe considered it, because that is something I love doing. They don't do anything like that at all, which is quite a shame. You have to wait until you're at university, and that's what I was actually looking at. There's an outdoor adventure course when you go to university, which is like 3 years. So that's learning outdoorsy things, doing canoeing, kayaking, climbing, and that looked really good fun. However, you have to get to uni, you've got 2 years. So you had to do certain amount of courses, and you had to do your English and maths to get into the courses. So that meant I had to go back to college, which I wasn't a big fan of. I didn't really rate that. So I decided to ditch the whole idea together and not go to college, which meant I wouldn't do that outdoor course at uni. I also found the school I was at, I'm not sure if it goes on at a lot of schools. There's a lot of schools in my area that are like that, but I find it to be really negative, and there's a lot of small-minded people. I guess everyone's kind of clones of each other because you're limited to small amount of courses and you're with the same sort of people. You become clones, like you kind of act the same, you start looking the same as well. I guess that's kind of starts off with the uniform, that you all wear the same uniform. So yeah, I just felt everyone's the same, there's no individuality, no one can really express themselves, and when someone is different, it's really weird, it's really out there and unusual. I also didn't like there's a huge lack of freedom. So you get to school at 8:30 and you're in there all day. You're not allowed out for lunch or break, and you're kept in behind fences all day. It didn't appeal to me. Obviously I'm quite outdoorsy and adventurous, and the difference from coming here and then you'd have to go back to school where you're fenced in all day, it was a real shock. It's really different. I know in life that you can't be happy doing everything that you're given and that throws at you. You've got to have something that is difficult and boring to appreciate the things you love and that you're passionate about. So I think it's really nice reminiscing and looking back and kind of reflecting on what I've done and what I've learnt from it, because you can really put that into the future and progress with it, what you've learnt and things like that. So school did help in some ways, definitely, I won't deny that. It has helped in a few ways, but I knew that in my heart of hearts it just wasn't for me, and I didn't want to go back to carry on them 2 more years. And in the past year I've learnt so many life skills and life lessons, and I've been really happy that I can now do what I been waiting to do for a few years, and go full time with this YouTube channel, which is crazy. And I just want to thank everyone who watches my videos, has subscribed to my channel, who comments a lot and likes my videos, and all my Patreons who pay each month money to see me progress on this journey I'm on, and progress in my channel and make videos. It's so nice to see how kind people are. I guess the message that I'm trying to get across in this video is, whether you are at school or if you're doing a job, just do something that makes you happy, and that you get a lot of achievement from, something that just you get up in the morning, you look forward to doing it. There's also a lot of people who comment on my videos and say they wish that they could do what I'm doing and go out camping or hiking, things like that, but they can't because they're stuck at work. I guess if you feel stuck, then you're clearly not enjoying what you're doing. I know it is hard when you do have a family and you've got bills to pay and you've got mortgages and you've got kids. That is hard, and you have to go to work to pay the bills. So, but it's just a shame that people do feel stuck and they're not enjoying what they're doing. You only live once. You get 80 years to do whatever you want, really, and it's up to you what you decide to go on and do. But I'm glad I've kind of woken up at a young age and realised what I want to do, and I've realised what kind of makes me happy, and that I want to carry on my own path and be my own individual and not kind of follow the crowd. But we will see how that goes, that path, and where I end up, and we'll also see how this YouTube channel goes. If worst comes to worst, my YouTube channel might not grow, it might lose subscribers, who knows, and I will have to find something else, which could be working with kids again, doing this sort of thing. That's kind of what I'd like to do also. Really, at the end of the day, you've got to listen to yourself, because you're the only person who knows what you want to do and that understands how you're feeling, not your mates, your teachers, your parents. They can advise you and they can give you advice on where to go and what you're good at and what's really a nice thing to do, a job or a hobby or anything, but it's up to you at the end of the day what you want to do. You can take advice and take it on board from other people and accept that they have more wisdom than you because they're older. You put their knowledge but shape it for you so it suits you. If I listened to other people, I'd have probably still been at school studying something I hated, and I'd have been miserable pretty much if I did listen to other people. I did what felt right. So yeah, we're coming to the end of the video. My tea is nearly boiled at last. Don't let people bring you down or decide what your future is for you, or let people judge you. Yeah, the future is bright. So thank you for watching this video. It was kind of like a story time, chat around the campfire. Might do more of these. So if you're interested or you've got any ideas what you want me to talk about, then leave it in the comment section. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it's helped someone who might be at school. So this is just my experience. This is everything personal to me. Like I said, everybody's different. People do love school, people hate school. It's just one of those things. So thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and thank you to all my lovely Patreons. I really appreciate everybody's support for my channel. If it wasn't for you, this wouldn't be possible really. So yeah, much love. Take care, guys.